see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sex.
The spotlight in the first free practice session of the 2026 Jerez MotoGP was inextricably linked to Toprak Razgatlioglu. Despite only finishing FP1 in 15th place, his performance became a hot topic in the paddock. And for good reason. Toprack demonstrated something more than just a lap time. From the start of the session at the Circuito de Jerez, Toprack looked incredibly confident as he navigated every corner. His experience on this circuit was truly evident, especially when entering the technical sections, which are notoriously challenging. He managed to maintain excellent motorcycle stability, even as other riders appeared to be still adapting to the track conditions. Despite finishing in 15th place, his time gap to the top 10 riders was very small. This strongly indicates that Toprack's performance hasn't been fully unleashed. The team appears to be still focused on gathering important data, particularly regarding the development of the bike and the latest setup they've brought to Jerez. Interestingly, Toprack's signature aggressive riding style began to reappear. He employed several of his trademark extreme braking techniques, a technique rarely replicated by other riders. This shows that he's starting to feel comfortable with the bike, something that had previously been a major question mark. Behind his seemingly average results in the standings, many analysts see this as a warning sign for his rivals. Toprack is known as a rider who often hides his true potential in the early sessions, before finally exploding in qualifying or the main race. With his experience at Jerez, it's not impossible that Toprack could be one of the big surprises this weekend. If setup development goes according to plan, his 15th place in FP1 could be just the beginning of something much bigger. One thing's for sure, Toprak Razgatlioglu isn't finished yet. And Jerez could be the epitome of his comeback. And here's the full news. A heated atmosphere enveloped the first free practice session of the 2026 MotoGP at the Circuito de Jerez. However, beneath the frenzy of riders chasing the fastest laps, there was one story that played out more calmly, yet posed a significant threat. That name was Toprak Razgatlioglu. In terms of the standings, his result wasn't particularly impressive, 15th place. But a closer look at the details of the session reveals that this performance was anything but ordinary. On the contrary, FP1 served as a kind of soft opening for something that could explode in the following sessions. From the moment he first exited the pit lane, Toprack immediately demonstrated a different rhythm. He wasn't rushed, but he wasn't hesitant either. He looked like a rider who already knew exactly what he was looking for in this session. In the first few laps, he focused on building tire temperature and reading the track's grip, but interestingly, he began exploring the bike's limits earlier than most of the other riders. At iconic Jerez corners like the Dry Sack and Lorenzo corner, Toprack demonstrated his qualities as one of the best braking techniques in the world. He entered corners at high speed, then decelerated extremely quickly, yet still maintaining a stable bike. This wasn't just a matter of skill, but also complete confidence in the bike's front end. One thing that became clear in FP1 was how Toprack began to dialogue with his bike. In some runs, there was a noticeable change in character. Sometimes the bike seemed a little wild at the rear exiting corners, but in subsequent runs, the acceleration seemed much cleaner. This indicated that the team was working hard to perfect the setup, and Toprack was able to provide very precise feedback. The sector data that had emerged also reinforced this impression. Although his overall lap time placed him in 15th place, in several sectors, he managed to set competitive times with the top riders. This strongly indicated that if all sectors could be combined into one perfect lap, his position could jump dramatically. What made this situation even more interesting was the strategic approach the team seemed to be taking. Rather than immediately pursuing a time attack, they were focusing more on long runs and consistency. In several stints, Toprack raced lap after lap at a relatively consistent pace, something crucial for race simulations. This approach is often key for riders who want to perform strongly in a race, not just be fast on a single lap. And considering Toprack's known aggressive yet intelligent riding style, this strategy could prove to be his primary weapon in the upcoming race. Furthermore, his experience at Jerez cannot be underestimated. Toprack is already intimately familiar with the characteristics of this track, from ideal braking points and subtle elevation changes to areas with inconsistent grip. This knowledge gives him a significant advantage, especially as track conditions change over time. As the session progressed, Toprack's body language remained calm. There were no gestures of frustration, no signs of confusion. Even upon returning to the pits, he was actively discussing with the engineers, providing detailed input. This is the image of a rider who knows they are on the right track. Some observers in the paddock have even begun to refer to this performance as a hidden threat. As history shows, Toprak Razgatlioglu often starts the weekend in a low-key position, before making a dramatic comeback when the crucial session arrives. He's not the type of rider to throw all his cards in the air early, he saves them for crucial moments. And considering the very close time gaps in FP1, the opportunity to move up to the front is still very much open. It only takes one clean lap, one perfectly clicked setup, and Toprack could immediately be in the fight for the top spot. What's also worth noting is his tire management. Over the course of several long laps, tire degradation appeared quite controlled. This is a positive sign, as tire management is often a deciding factor in the outcome of a race at Jerez. By all indications, FP1 isn't really about 15th place. It's about the foundation. It's about understanding the bike, reading the track, and building confidence. And from what was seen today, that foundation is being built very solidly. This weekend is still long. FP2, FP3, qualifying, and the main race are still ahead. But one thing is starting to become clear. Toprak Razgatlioglu isn't just showing up at the Circuito de Jerez. He's preparing for something. And if all the pieces finally fall into place, his 15th place finish in FP1 could turn into one of the most surprising comeback stories of MotoGP 2026.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten